game, bruh.
Hey guys, it's Chris from Do You Even Game Bro. Today bringing you the AMD Presents PC Gamer 2016 E3 wrap up. So this is obviously everything to do around the PC rather than any of the consoles. So to kick things off, I will say I've actually never watched a PC one before. I've watched many E3s, but I've never been in a financial position where I was able to game on a PC. That recently changed probably in the last sort of year or so. So this is the first one I've watched, so I'm not too sure what to sort of compare it to. So yeah, I'm not too sure if the things I'm about to talk about are regular or whether it was special for this particular E3. So just bear with me in that. So straight off the bat, they did a giveaway. They gave a particular woman 3 minutes to shop as much as she could through the Steam store. She racked up $1,100 US, which is pretty good. And then they also gave her all the complete Razer gear that she was using. Now that was pretty amazing to see. You know, just a way to bang it off. You know, she's just going to want herself about $1,500 US worth of stuff just for being there. So that was pretty amazing. The biggest thing I noticed about the PC was their professional setup. So unlike a Microsoft, who had sort of mini stages everywhere and people would sort of do what they wanted when they wanted, this one was very set in. They had a host who presented it. He would sit behind his particular desk, and then they had guest chairs, obviously for those that were coming on to speak about it. It was more of a, rather than just sort of show everything off, it was show it and then bring somebody else, then bring those developers or the publishers or, you know, just people relevant to that to actually show it, you know, to discuss what it was that you were seeing. So that was pretty good to see. They started off with Dawn of War 3, so for those Warhammer fans out there, 40k, that was definitely, it looks good, it definitely looks good. I personally have never played it, so I can't really comment on it too much. A game I have played though, Ark Survival, is getting new mods, quite a few of them. They've actually run competitions, which I wasn't aware of, run competitions, and they've actually hired people that they have that have created mods because they just think they're so good and so creative that they've given them an opportunity to do it in game. So a few of those are coming down the pipeline in the next 6 to 12 months, which is quite exciting to see. We had the Mount and Blade 2 gameplay, where they fixed a lot of the issues in regards to mechanics and siege fights from the first one. Once again, not really too sure on that. I haven't played the first one, so I can't really comment too much. Then they had the Surge. Now I'm going to leave that to the end. Then they had Lawbreakers. Now this one to me felt very much like Overwatch. When I was watching it, it seemed to be a less colourful version of Overwatch, really. It had the same feel to it, the same sort of graphics, the same general feel of gameplay. Felt exactly like I was watching Overwatch. So I wasn't really too into it. I do enjoy Overwatch, but this one lets you play around with gravity a little bit more and what you can and can't do in the air and jumping and twisting and that sort of stuff. So that's got that going for it, but probably something I wouldn't be looking at picking up personally. They then went on for eSports. Now, eSports obviously have been getting bigger over the years, as we have discussed in other videos. They're going to continue to just grow and grow and grow, so they went sort of over just what they've done with eSports, you know, what PC eSports there are, League of Legends, FIFA, that sort of stuff. Counter-Strike Go. And that probably took about 5 to 10 minutes to complete that. AMD, the hosts, or the presenters, then actually came out and showed off a couple of their new graphics cards. Some of them look pretty sweet, not gonna lie. And it was only them, purely, it was only them that showed off that sort of stuff. They then showed out a VR pack. So this was actually a computer backpack that was completely compatible with VR. So what it would do is you'd wear it and have your VR on, and that's it. You've got the computer connected to you know, as you sort of, as you play, which I can understand the benefits of it, because it would mean there'd be less cords and everything to trip over, or you're not going to walk too far away from your computer and pull it out the USB, pull it out the USB cable. But it also looked very expensive. So probably just have to wait for more details on that and sort of go from there. They then showed Vampire. I didn't know anything about this game until it sort of dropped, and I'm actually quite interested. The gameplay looked quite smooth, quite solid, and the whole story behind it did seem quite deep and interesting. They then showed a game for VR that I will 100% be getting, which is Super Hot. That game is super addictive, and absolutely, then it's so basic as well. And seeing it in VR just made it look absolutely incredible. It was already freaky enough when you're trying to dodge bullets and dodge people. Now in the VR where you are the person, it makes it just that little bit more in depth, and it definitely looked like a lot of fun. There was one called the Observer. Now that was about people hacking your fears. I did watch a little bit of it. I think during that particular part I may have been a little bit distracted though, which was unfortunate, but I think it was mainly just it was a trailer rather than actual gameplay, so I will be keeping an eye out. I'll keep an eye out for that. Like I said in the last video, I do enjoy psychological thrillers, so I'll definitely keep my ear to the ground for that one. They then showed Armor Free Apex. So for those Armor fans out there, more content, which is always a good thing to see. Halo Wars 2, they actually showed that off a little bit. I never played the first one, I was always interested in it, so I'm not too sure what people are expecting from it. But I personally enjoyed the look of it. It looks quite nice. But there again, I'm not too aware of what the issues were with the first one anyway, so I can't guarantee that they've been fixed. They did say that they had been fixed with the main issues that they found with the first one, but as I said, I'm not 100% sure on that. They then went into Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Now, when I saw this announced, I wasn't that interested at all. Their pre-order bonuses that they did were, it was an absolute joke. For those who don't know, it was based off however many people pre-ordered determined what people got for the pre-order. So the more people that pre-ordered, the more goodies people got. It was ridiculous, and it failed miserably. Seeing the gameplay side of it though, I probably won't pick it up day one. I will wait for the reviews. I'll wait for the boys to do theirs on what they feel the game is before picking it up. Mainly because I feel that people enjoyed the first one, but they think the second one's going to flop. So we'll have to sort of see what becomes of that. I'm hoping it plays really well. It looks really nice, but there again, obviously, playing it and what you see at E3, as people know, can be two completely different things. They then had Warren now he has been dealing in the gaming industry for about the last 30 years, so he is the man to know. He is in it, he is involved with everything. And he made a really nice speech about, you know, how gaming has evolved for him and for the industry. So obviously originally it was PC that used to be able to do the gaming. People then shifted their focus over to console gaming, and that was obviously due to the fact that people, the developers, Sony, Microsoft, wanted ones that were going to be more family friendly and that were cheaper than PCs at the time. And now obviously there's this massive shift back to his favourite platform, which is the PC. You know, the games are made on PC, so it only seems right that they're played on the PC, is what he said. And yeah, so that was pretty nice. I think he went on for about 15 to 20 minutes, but everything he was talking about was relevant, which was good. So all in all for PC, like I said, I can't really comment on if it was good or bad, because it was the first one I've ever watched. I enjoyed the content. I did enjoy the professional style of it, where they would sit down and sort of explain stuff to you. It did get me pumped for some of the games that I didn't even know I was pumped for, which was good. And then obviously stuff like Warren Spector coming out and just having that nice little speech was just a different tempo to what I've normally seen from some of the other presentations. Now back to the Surge. Now the reason I want to cover this last is we actually have an interview with one of the creators. So that is on doyouevengamebro.net. I will put a link to it in the description. Yeah, Kieran has managed to have a bit of a chat with him, divulge a little bit more information that may not have been shown at E3. So yeah, be sure to check that out, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for Ubisoft's presentation.